You are most welcome. This is Ilibe Africa TV online. So today we're just going to talk on Dr. Walter Rodney. Dr. Walter Rodney was the writer of the book How Europe Underdeveloped Africa. Walter Rodney, introduction by Vincent Handing. Of course, who was Walter Rodney? Dr. Walter Rodney, the Guyanese scholar and activist, was tragically killed in the summer of 1980 amidst politician turmoil in Guyana. Rodney was a graduate of the University of the West Indies, Jamaica, and London University, where he received his PhD in history. His other publications include a history of the Upper Guinea coast in the year 1545 to 1800, and the groundings with my brothers. Rodney was a leader in the Working People's Alliance. So today we're just going to talk on the legacy left by this Dr. Walter Rodney. So it is our courageous, creative attempts to respond to such magnificent summons that we begin to break the chains of our underdevelopment and shake the foundations of all human exploitation. This is the water's legacy. And is it not clear by now that the process of exploitation leads to an underdeveloped humanity both at the center and at the periphery? Do we not see that the underdevelopment of the center is the homeland of the exploiters is not simply covered over with material possessions and deadly weaponry, but that nakedness and the human retardation are nevertheless there? So, who among us does not does not need to break the coils of the past to transcend and recreate our history? Perhaps it is only as we take up the challenge of water and fire that we will be prepared to give up all the deadly games of the last half millennia, seeking out new means of defense, new forms of struggle, new pathways toward revolution, new visions of what truly human society demands of us. Only as we begin to entertain such thoughts, consider such innovations, um, we we be prepared to care, examine again, and then move beyond the marvelous limits. How of how Europe and developed Africa, pressing on in the spirit of Rodney and Fallon to ask a new question: how shall we redevelop the world? So you can say this is the legacy of uh, Walter Rodney, the doctor, the writer, and the activist from Guyana. So, beginning with ourselves, beginning where we are, what must we tear down? What must we build up? What foundations must we lay? Who shall we work with? What visions can we create? What hopes shall possess us? How shall we organize? How shall we be related to those who raise the same questions in South Africa, in El Salvador, in Guyana? How shall we communicate with others, the giants of our time? How shall we envision and work for the revolutionary transformation of our own country? What are the inventions, the discoveries, the new concepts that will help us move toward the revolution we need in this land? So, this is the legacy of Dr. Walter Rodney. Neither rhetoric nor recollection will save us now. We must decide whether we shall remain crypt and that are developed or moved to participate in our own healing by taking on the challenge to redevelop ourselves, our people, our endangered nation, and the earth. No one can force us towards this. By conventional measurements, there are no guarantees of success, as the blood of our martyrs and the heroes known and the less known like Walter Rodney and Francis Fanon, Ruby Doris, and Fan Lau, Malcolm, this Malcolm X, and Martin Luther, this full testify. But there is a world waiting for us. Indeed, many worlds await us. One is the world of our children, not yet born, our just beginning but wanting to live, to grow, to become their best possible selves. This will not happen unless a water, such as the center, is transformed and fundamentally changed. That will not happen unless we are transformed, redeveloped, and renewed. The future of our children depends upon these rigorous transformations. So these were words, strong words from water. I mean, it's a legacy of water or water Rodney. So Walter Rodney was just telling us who is responsible to rebuild the future of our generation. Who is responsible to make the good of our children, the good of the better Africa, the tomorrow Africa, the Africa which is full of hope, the Africa which is full of love, the Africa which is full of freedom, the Africa which is full of understanding, the Africa which is almost satisfactory itself by itself without it depending in America and the Europeans. Who is responsible? We are the ones. We are the ones to make Africa. So I'm Father Liberio from Kigoma Catholic Diocese, Tanzania. I'm a historian. So this is the lecture on how Europe underdeveloped Africa. Of course, I'm just doing the lectures for all students who are pursuing Bachelor in Arts, Bachelor in Social Sciences, Masters who Masters students or undergraduate students, also those who are doing PhD, PhD scholars or students can also use these materials from my YouTube here channel, because I'm treating at least all the programs of the African social studies by covering bachelor's programs, master's programs, and the doctoral programs. So subscribe, you're most welcome, and I'm happy to be with you today and be blessed by listening the legacy of water. Lord, thank you and be blessed.